about performance horses, and today we are looking at front leg stretches. I do have a video on this that I posted a little bit ago. Those are different stretches. Those are more holding the limb still, and today we're looking at stretches in movement, which is if you want to get a little more thorough with your horse. And it'll also help stretch out other muscles. For example, there is a back leg stretch that when you do it, it crosses the fascia line over and moves the front pecs of the horse, the chest. And so I prefer to do leg stretches in movement now that I know more about them and how to do them. And today we're just going to be looking at the front legs. Comment below if you want to see the back legs. So Velvet here, I have been massaging her since that last video, and we worked all the way through the back and the hips. While looking at the pecs, they're a little bit locked up, so we're going to be doing some front leg stretches to help loosen these up before I come back, and also loosen up the shoulder a little more. And so this is also her more arthritic leg, because she has white scars all over this leg. I should get a hoof pick while I'm over here. I do like to use a hoof pick when I'm stretching the legs out. Might as well since I'm over here. She's very easy to do. And so, common stretch that everyone does is they just hold this up. You know, they mostly do this to pick out the hoof, but the fact you're holding this is already helping them stretch out a little bit. So let me get this worked out. Alright, so we're already holding this hoof. We have our hand through the back, crossing over, and we're holding it. I'm going to take my knee and put it right on top of her knee, right in front of, I should say. And you can bend your knees. You're stretching yourself, baby. And see how her leg moves back and forth, back and forth. And it's also moving this front pec back if you want to back up and when you're doing this yourself. And look, I don't have a cameraman like I should. And we're going to go back and forth. You can even see this elbow moving back. If the lighting was better, you'd see some wrinkles start to form here as we move it back. And I might take here and not even use any pressure on her knee, and I might just move back and forth with it, but using my hand to push it back. So now, and I'm going to face this way, and there's probably mud all over my butt from sitting on the floor earlier. And now, and normally I would face this way and literally put my knee here, or I might do it here, and yes, there is mud all over my booty, and we can push in here, but for the sake of this video, you can see it better if I hold here. Again, last video I was sitting on the floor, so there's mud all over me. And because I'm not directly in front of here like I would be positioned, like I said, you go here and you push in, you can't even see what I'm doing. So I'm going to use my hand to do it. And you take this knee and you push back and forth this way. So you're going this way towards the other foot. Back and forth. This whole cannon bone should come in. And I'm not saying force it over there and make it touch. You don't want to force the leg. You're going with what they can do, not what you can make them do. So don't force it. When you do this, you can actually see some stuff here moving, because you're stretching that leg. And that's why I prefer stretches in movement, because you're watching the body move, so you're watching the body stretch. A lot of the stretches we do, we're moving while we do them. I think. I don't stretch. I stretch my horses more than I stretch myself. I might go back and forth here while I'm on the floor here. And while I'm back here, before I show you the elbow stretch, I'm going to show you stretch. Normally, again, I'd be positioned the other way, like I'm picking out the hoof for safety. But I'm not very safe with my own horses. And you can see better here. Hold it a little bit longer, baby. She's old, so. You take this hoof, my hand is right on the hoof. And my other hand is here on the pasture. You can actually feel it as you circle it. You might feel some movement, especially if they have some arthritis to that pasture. And you're going to circle. You're doing circles with this fetlock here. I know, baby. girl. I'm gonna give her a break after this. You circle it 5 times each way. I'm trying to be out of the way. You're circling it. Okay. Of course, my phone's gonna die, but we're gonna give her a second to catch her breath here. You can see the mud all over my butt again. Now we're gonna do the elbow stretch. This is the hardest stretch you're gonna do. You have to be very careful because what you're doing is, don't give me all the weight, please, baby. You take your arm, your hand, you're grabbing that elbow. So grab the elbow like you would normally grab an elbow. You take that elbow, you're right on the point of the elbow. You can feel the space here, and you lift out and push in. Lift out, push in. You can barely see anything moving because barely anything is moving. It's an ever so slight movement that makes a big difference in releasing this elbow so that when you do your barrel turns, this elbow is going to be a lot more flexible. Now, I'm taking a lot longer to do this, so she's getting impatient on me. We're going to go back and forth with this elbow. And I'm going to go back and forth here again to move this elbow. Back to my elbow stretch. You're lifting out towards you and back in. Out towards you and back in. This way. Again, not forcing it past its limit. You should be able to see the wrinkles go away as you pull out. All right, now we're going to bring the leg forward. She's going to have a little bit of a hard time with this one today because she's getting tired. She's pushing all her weight on me, so that's why I have a little bend here to make her take some of that weight back. And you're doing a triangle. Out, away, straight in front, slightly over that other hoof. And if you have a horse that's really good at this, you should be able to do it like so, but she wants to kind of bend her leg sometimes. See how she bends her leg to try and take it away? There, just being a brat now. Out, away, straight in front. So 3 points. Slightly over that hoof. And she should. There we go. She's giving me all her weight, so I'm done. I'm not gonna damage my back over that. But you see, 3 points. Rocky can do that one really well. She can normally, but she's getting impatient on me. And I need to stretch my back now. But those are some really good front leg stretches to do. You'll do it again on the other side. And make sure you compare and contrast on each side to see which way is more flexible than the other. Which side, I should say. But, yep, that's every front leg stretch I do. I might spend more time on it. I might spend less time on it. Just depends on what the horse needs. Again, you saw I gave up on that last one. You do what you can do. You get stretched as much as you can. Especially when I'm working on a client horse, I'm not going to fight with the horse. I'm not getting paid to stretch, I'm getting paid to massage. However, before you run, leg stretches are very important to get that leg moving, so I might make myself finish that stretch if I was about to run, because they are very important to get, especially the elbow stretch. Very important if you want to have some nice turns. Leg stretches, you can see the difference on when you stretch versus when you don't. When you walk 10 minutes before you trot versus when you don't. It's warming up for me. I always walk 10 minutes before I trot because you want to get some fluid built up, synovial fluid built up in those joints. So all that is very important before you run. But yeah, if you have any questions, let me know below. If you want to set up a massage, Underdogs Performance Horses, I am located in Southeast Michigan. I'll travel, depending on the amount of horses I get, anywhere in Michigan, Ohio, or Indiana. Usually within 3 hours of Southeast Michigan, by even 3 hours I have to hit a certain amount of horses. So yeah, these leg stretches tire me out. So if you have any questions, let me know.